Burnout is an interesting topic, I would say, from many perspectives, because it's nothing that happens overnight, is it? And for me, if you look at the beginning and the end, it's really about not being in an environment where you're nurtured yourself, whether it is nurturing your dreams or path, what you saw yourself doing in life, and then you just got stuck in a career that maybe wasn't optimal for you. But you hung in there, not seeing any other options. And ultimately, you just lost more and more of yourself until you finally crash. I used to wonder why I didn't burn out. I had friends, co-workers, leaders around me crashing and burning left and right during turbulent times. But for some reason, I never ended up in that situation. And it made me wonder, because it wasn't because I had it easier by any means. I would be stressed out. But I think that was the difference as I looked back, and having my strengths definitely helped see those things, because I was constantly being moved around into new roles and projects, and that energized me. Every 18 to 24 months, I had a new role, and what I was assigned to do was basically cleaning up the mess and creating new, organizational development, I guess it's called nowadays. But, it was really going into an area that it wasn't working, sorting out what wasn't working, creating new systems, training people, and then on to the next. I was constantly energized by that process and nurtured. And that was the big difference. So I had continual learning. I was continually building things where I had autonomy on the how to create it. And I was learning a lot of stuff. There was no time for me to overthink, just room to expand and create for the now and the future. And even though it wasn't my dream career, I was growing. I was aligned with what energizes me, right? Being in motion, creating, having challenges that I needed to solve, and that was my edge. And also I loved training people and then just letting the maintenance be someone else's assigned role, because that was not as fun for me. So when I hear leaders say that they're burned out, I always wonder if it's a burnout that is due to being in a role that really isn't a fit, or if it's simply that you've disconnected from what energizes you. Sometimes we can be in the right company, but we're not allowed to have the autonomy that we need as leaders to execute on whatever instincts we may have. And when you're pushed down, it's easy to lose your mojo as well, and eventually burn out if that continues. When you lead from survival mode for too long, it's that slow burn that ends up with a crash, unless you make a change. And that change is obviously on us as individuals to make. Because living in that reality, everything starts being heavy and you feel jaded and you don't feel like you can make a difference, which I think is one of the big things for most individuals, independent on how we see the world. We want to make a difference. We want to impact whatever area we're in, small or big, doesn't matter. We're not here to do the same thing. We all have unique imprints, if you will, unique skills, talents, etc. So when you lead from survival mode for way too long, everything starts feeling heavy and jaded, right? But when you reconnect with your strengths and you step into your unique power zone, on the outside maybe nothing changes, but you just get these special talents that you have. Things can shift so fast. It can even be, in a 24-hour period that you really get like, wow. And then, of course, going deeper with it all takes longer to just apply it and really look at how you're applying things in life currently and what you can shift and change so that it actually works more with how you naturally would approach things. You could do that even while still being in the same role. Or at times it's obvious that it's not a fit, that you're better off somewhere else. So what is it for you? Have you ever been in a burnout kind of mode where you've really lost your mojo? Or are you operating in your power zone? Do tell. I'd love to know below.